Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the IT training video series. I am Jake Stupka, the IT director for Powasket Valley Schools. In today's video, we're going to just talk about a very quick and really fun and useful tip to help you to quickly send information or quickly share information, especially with people who are primarily using their phones. As you know, with a phone, you definitely have access to a full keyboard, but more often than not, it's difficult to maneuver around complicated set of steps, logins, typing, different things like that. So if you could share information with somebody and make it a lot easier for them, make it as easy as taking a picture with their phone, that would certainly be a useful tool. So we're going to talk about that today. So the first thing that you need to do is to get access to what's called an extension. Now, extensions are part of Chrome, and this is them up here at the top right-hand corner. These are some extensions I have installed. And the way you can get extensions is you can go to Chrome Web Store. And within the Chrome Web Store, what we're specifically going to be looking for here is a QR code creator. So what I'm going to do is search QR. And you can do a couple of things here. You can filter it down by extensions, whatever you want to do. The one that I added is this one here, Quick QR Code Generator. And as you can see, I've already installed it, so it just gives me option to rate it. But it's called the Quick QR Code Generator. The logo looks like this one here with these black and white squares. Once you have that installed, you just click to add to Chrome, and then it'll say add extension, and then it'll appear up here at the top right. Now, the next step you need to figure out is what exactly is it that you want to share. For example, let's say that you have a newsletter and you want to make it available to parents. And let's say that you have these parents, in an auditorium, something like that, for an orientation. You could put a QR code up on the screen, and they could scan it and open it with their phones very, very quickly. So let's talk about exactly how that's done. So as an example, I'm going to use this Google Doc right here, and it's just a sample. It's called Class Notes. So let's say that you filled this out, and this is what you want to share, and you want to share it in a way where it can only be read by the people it's shared with. So they have view only privileges to this document. So what you can do is share it by clicking on the share button at the top right hand corner. And then the next thing you're going to want to look at is the shareable link permissions. So if you click on Get Shareable Link, it'll open up these options here in this dropdown. Now, there's different levels of access, but you're going to see here that essentially you have the least restrictive at the top and the most restrictive at the bottom. So if it's on off, which it is by default, then it would be only you or people you have explicitly given permission. And then as you go up, you sort of expand that bubble of access. So the one we're looking for here is on anyone with the link. And there's an important distinction here between on anyone with the link and on anyone at Powasket Valley School District with the link. The difference between these two is that this bottom one here, the second from the bottom, would mean that they will have to sign in with a Powasket Valley School District address in order to view the document. And we probably, in most cases, don't want that. If you have something you're sharing with students and you do want them to sign into their accounts to view it, that's a different story. But in general, I would say that you don't want that one. What you probably want is this one, on anyone with the link. Now, what that means is that the document is available on the internet, but it's not searchable, and you must have the specific link in order to get to it. So once you've selected that level of access, you actually hit save here. Okay. And you'll see here it says anyone with the link can view, as opposed to can edit, can comment, etc., etc. So you want anyone with the link can view. Okay. Once it's on anyone with the link can view, if you go copy link, it'll see here it says link copied to clipboard. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say paste and go. Now, as you can see, it took me here to the publicly available link where this can be viewed by anybody who has that link. Now that this link is up, and you'll see that this specific address here is unique to this document, essentially what we want to do is turn this website into a QR code. Okay, so the way you do that is you just click the button. Once it comes up, you'll see that this is the link that's been turned into a QR code, and then this is the code. Once you have this code, you can right click it and copy it as an image. It's essentially just a picture. And then you can go here and you can compose. So if I send it, I'm just going to send it to myself for right now as a test. Okay, test, I'll say QR code. And we're going to paste it in there. You'll see it pastes as an image. And then you hit send. And if I refresh, you'll see I got my own email. Once the email's open, you'll see that this code is here. The other thing you could do is you can paste it, or like you could open this email, for example, on a computer that's connected to a projector so that it's up on a really big screen. And then people from quite a ways away can scan the code just by sitting in their seat, and it'll open up that document. They don't have to type in the hyperlink. You don't have to email them directly. You don't have to do any of those things. They scan the code and it takes them there. And again, with the level of permissions we define for them, they only can view the document. They cannot mess with it. They cannot make changes. They can view what you've made, and that's it. Now, you can allow further permissions, but it takes very explicit set of actions to do that. So it's not something you need to be too concerned about, because it would take a very deliberate action to make it editable, which you may want to do in the future sometime, but probably not right now. So that's the end of the lesson for today. It's just a quick tip, something you can do with Google with free and readily available tools and very quickly. It could potentially save a lot of printing as well. So instead of printing 600 copies of something, you could make people available to get this. iPhones, as of today, as of August of 2018, do have a QR code reader built into their camera app. If you open the camera on an iPhone and you point it at a QR reader, at a QR code, a prompt will ask you if you want to open the link, and you can just tap on it and it'll take you there. On an Android phone, on the other hand, as of today, you do need a third-party app for that, as far as I've seen. So there are QR scanners that are free on the Google Play Store. You can get them from there, and you can use them to scan these apps, and it'll open those links directly. So I hope this has been helpful. I think this has a lot of application for replacing what was a lot of printing in the past and things like that. Easy ways to share with parents. The nice thing about this is that if you do have that code and then you think of something that you made a mistake on, you need to change your document, those changes will be live in that link. The link does not change, so they'll see the updated version. So it's a very efficient way to go about sharing information in the future with a large group of people. So again, I hope this has been useful. This has been the IT training video series. Please stay tuned. We'll be adding more lessons again in the future, and we will see you then.